So, today we're going to dive into something pretty cool, what it actually takes to start your own shellfish farm. And if you've ever daydreamed about a life on the water, you might be surprised at how possible it actually is.
You know that feeling standing by the ocean and just wondering, what if you could work with it? What if you could actually grow something from the sea itself? Well, that's not just some fantasy. For the right person, it's a very real opportunity. And here's the thing, the people already doing this, they're rolling out the welcome mat. This isn't some closed-off exclusive club. It's an industry that's actively looking for new, passionate people to jump in. They want you to join. Okay, so what are we really talking about here? Basically, shellfish farming is just what it sounds like. It's a kind of aquaculture. You're essentially raising shellfish, oysters, clams, that kind of thing, in one specific spot in the water, taking them from tiny little babies all the way to harvest.
All right, so where do you even start? Well, it really boils down to three big first steps. This is where the dream starts to get real.
Location, permits, and seed. That's the trifecta. Seriously, getting these three things right at the very beginning is everything. So let's break that first one down, okay? Your location.
First up, finding that perfect spot. And believe me, this is absolutely critical. You're looking for a kind of sweet spot, right? Ideally near a river estuary where all the good nutrients are. You want water that's kind of calm, not too fast, and with lots of rocks. But here's the biggest one. The water has to be clean. I mean, think about it. Shellfish are little filters, so they soak up whatever's in their environment. Low pollution is a total non-negotiable.
Okay, next up is the not so fun part. Paperwork. Yeah, you can't just find a spot and set up shop. You're going to need a permit from the state, and you'll have to get a lease for that specific patch of water. This is the step that makes it all legit.
And finally, you need your livestock. In the shellfish world, they call it seed. And we're talking about tiny, tiny baby oysters or clams, usually about half an inch big. You buy them from a hatchery, and from that point on, it's your job to give them a great home so they can grow up big and strong.
Okay, now for the question that's probably on your mind, the money. How much does it actually cost to get this dream into the water? Let's talk about the investment.
So what's the number you need to have in your head? Well, according to the pros, the number to aim for right at the beginning is about $10,000. Think of that as your startup cash to get the whole thing off the ground.
But, and this is a really important but, that 10 grand is just the starting line. It doesn't cover everything. You still got to plan for the cost of your lease and all the equipment you're going to need. Boats, cages, sorting gear, the whole shebang. Now, all this might be starting to sound a little intimidating, like you'd be totally on your own trying to figure it all out. But this is where the story gets really, really cool. You're not alone.
See, this isn't just some vague, we support each other vibe. It's real. We're talking about an experienced farmer who literally says, hey, if you get stuck on the application, call me, I'll help you. I mean, seriously, how often do you hear that?
And look, this isn't just a nice quote for an article. They provide the actual phone number. It's a genuine invitation to call, ask questions, and get real advice from someone who has already been through it all. That kind of mentorship is it's priceless.
And it gets even better. The offer goes beyond just a phone call. You can actually go there. You can visit the farm on Smith Island and see it all for yourself. A hands-on, up-close look at how a real farm operates. That's incredible. So, let's say you do it. You get your location, your permit, and your seed. You are officially on your way. But getting started is just that. It's the start. The real journey is all about learning. Yeah, those first three steps, they're your ticket into the game. But like any kind of farming, it's just the beginning. It opens the door to this huge world of knowledge that you're just going to keep building on, season after season. Your world is going to expand to cover all kinds of stuff. Sustainable farming, how to actually market and sell your harvest, dealing with disease, figuring out the best harvesting techniques. Then there's navigating all the regulations and, of course, pricing your shellfish so you can actually turn a profit. Each one of those is a whole subject on its own. So there it is. The path is pretty clear. It all begins with a couple of key moves and a real commitment to learning as you go. The support is there, the community is there, even a helping hand is waiting. The only real question left is, what's your first step going to be?
Want to raise healthy shellfish and avoid costly mistakes? Get your copy of How to Raise Shellfish by Gerard in the description box below and discover everything you need to turn your shellfish farming dream into a profitable reality.